today's video is going to be my first dip into the waters of the different videos that I'm trying to do besides beauty. This is like my first lifestyle video, I guess you could say, on this channel that I'm going to be doing as like part of a change of this channel. So this is obviously a vegan alternative video to a lot of different products. I have some of my favorites behind me that I'm going to talk about, but before I do that, I do just want to say vegan is a very strong word. My whole lifestyle is not vegan. I do not have all vegan clothes or all vegan items in my house, I'm sure. So typically I would like to say I try to do a plant-based diet, and I also do want to say that I still do not 100% have a plant-based diet. I've talked about it a lot in other videos, but because this is like a very vegan-based video, that's what this video is about. I just want to say that I am not 100% vegan or plant-based. I still eat meat sometimes and dairy, and it's just because I am still transitioning into becoming a plant-based, having a plant-based diet. So let's get on to the video. I just wanted to kind of throw those couple of things out there, but getting on to the video, behind me I have a lot of my vegan options. If you guys know, dairy, which is on this side, is the #1 thing that I have almost 100% changed already. And it's because I just have some kind of intolerance to dairy. I found it out last year. Something that I was doing was really messing with my stomach and I was feeling terrible. Actually, all around this time last year, I was incredibly sick. I did not feel well at all. It was really bad. I couldn't even eat Thanksgiving dinner. I was just it was not a good time. I found out it was dairy by process of elimination, and I've been really good about not even eating dairy since, because it has scarred me for life being feeling the way I did. So dairy is probably the #1 thing that you guys will see in this video. I do have some meat alternatives for those of you who maybe want to try this but are scared because you're a heavy meat eater. I have some meat alternatives for you guys. So just want to throw that out there. This is going to be very heavy on the dairy. And then I also have some products in the back that I'm not 100% in love with, but I want to show you guys as options just in case. But I am going to tell you guys my absolute favorites. So let's start with the dairy side. So as far as, let's do the basics, which is milk. Personally for me, I like the Califia Farms almond milk. So the Califia Farms brand has almond milk, coconut milk, also there's soy milk available. I don't drink soy milk. Once again, research, soy is actually not that great for you, so I try to stick with almond milk. I don't like the taste of coconut, so almond milk is my preference for a milk substitute, and I have tried every brand out there. I promise you, if it's out there and it's a milk alternative, I've tried it. The Califia Farms brand is by far my favorite. They have a lot of different ones. I typically for just my plain milk substitute is just the unsweetened almond milk. This is just the regular almond milk. It's unsweetened. It doesn't have any flavorings. It's just their regular almond milk. I like to get the no sugar added because I try to cut back on sugar, so you know, it doesn't have sugars added in it and it doesn't need it. So that's my favorite, just plain milk. I also do love the Califia Farms unsweetened vanilla. This is really good in cereals, oatmeals. If you're doing some kind of recipe, this is really good. The vanilla flavor in this almond milk is so good. It's actually ridiculous. Last year, a lot in the winter and in the autumn, I really like to have oatmeal for breakfast, and I cannot do oatmeal with water. It's so bland. So I used this unsweetened vanilla almond milk. The sweetened one for me is way too sweet. I don't drink that one. If you like it really sweet, go for it. I just prefer the unsweetened one. But the vanilla flavor in this, especially in oatmeal, is so good. I use this for baking recipes. If I'm gonna bake something, this is the one I use. I like to use the vanilla one just because it adds that really good vanilla flavor. So yeah, I do like this one. This is also good with cereals if you're into that. So the vanilla, unsweetened vanilla, is my second favorite. I use this one a ton. And really quickly too, I do just want to say the regular one I like to use in savory recipes. So in like ranch, or I do buffalo cauliflower bites, I use this one. Obviously you wouldn't want to use something with vanilla for like a savory recipe, but if any kind of recipe, like if you're making a batter of some sort or a dressing or something that calls for just milk, I would suggest this one. So I'm gonna be honest and tell you guys the milk I don't like. That's the Silk almond milk. This is the unsweetened one as well. I have this, and the only reason I have this is because they were out of this about a month ago, and I bought this one. Honestly, it's still like up to here. It's so full. I used it like once since I had it. I don't love this one. I don't think it's that great. I think the taste is kind of gross. The texture is weird. I used it in a baking recipe, and the texture of this, like this milk, made the texture of what I was making different, and these make the texture like perfect. So I don't personally love this, but this is a good brand. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, and I'm not trying to diss the brand. I'm just letting you guys know for almond milk, I would highly suggest the Califia Farms over the Silk, but that's up to you. I'm just throwing my opinions out there because I'm just telling you guys, like, I've tried a lot, and this used to be what I drank, and I hated it, to be honest, and I couldn't get into the almond milk, and I was like, what is like going on? Like, I'll use it in recipes, but I don't like using it in anything else. And then when I started drinking the Califia Farms, I actually started to like almond milk. So yeah. So next is for like coffee alternatives. So a lot of coffee has milk or creamer in it, which is obviously a no-go for vegans. So the Califia Farms, once again, has amazing coffees. You guys, oh my god, you don't understand. These are so good. This is the cafe latte cold brew coffee with almond milk. So good. They have the cafe latte, they have a espresso, like a double espresso, they have just cold brew black coffee, they have what else do they have? They do have right now a peppermint mocha and a pumpkin spice latte. You can find that probably at Whole Foods is your best bet. And yeah, they have a ton of different coffees. They also have a mocha, which is really good. The cafe latte and the mocha are my favorite. They do have some sugars in it, so just watch how much you drink this. I don't drink this a ton, but if I ever really want coffee and I don't have time to make a cup of coffee, or I just am really like, I don't feel like having the cup of coffee that I have, or I'm out of, let's say, my favorite creamer, or I'm out of my favorite coffee, I will typically drink this because it's already mixed together. You don't need to add anything to it. No sugar, no milk, nothing. It's just all ready for you. And this was my savior when I couldn't figure out how to change my coffee. I was still drinking coffee with regular creamer and milk, and this really saved me. It's so good, you guys. I promise you, just trust me. If you need a coffee alternative, I would say start out with this, and then you can maybe start to try other things. So yeah, it's really good. Now on to my favorite coffee creamers. I actually have like my real coffee right here. Sorry about that. The Silk, although I don't like their regular almond milk, their almond milk creamers, oh my god, they're so good. I have all 3 flavors. I'm really obsessed. I personally love the caramel one the best. I think it's the best tasting. It's really delicious. It's so good. It also, these are, I will say, are pretty sweet. You don't need to add sweetener when you add the creamer. That's just my 2 cents. But I do love the caramel one. They also have a hazelnut and a vanilla. These are my favorite creamer substitutes out there right now. They're really good. Also, since I'm on the subject of coffee, I will say that Starbucks, if you're ever going to order anything from Starbucks, make sure you're looking at the, you know what's in everything before you order it. But you can order like everything pretty much with almond milk or soy milk and coconut milk. So they do have the alternatives. Everything I get with no whip. Just make sure that what you're getting doesn't have something like you may think it doesn't have any products in it, like animal products in it, but they can sneak it in. They can sneak it into some of the syrups and some of the mixes that they use, so just be really careful about that. Next is butter. So butter is like a pretty standard product I feel like everyone has in their fridge, but it is full of dairy. So my favorite butter alternative is the Earth Balance butter. You guys, you can't get any better than this. It's vegan, it's non-GMO. It has 0 grams of trans fat, it's gluten-free, it's non-dairy. I mean, it's just so good. It's so good. It's the best one, I feel like, once again, on the market. They do have other ones. This is just also the most readily available to most people, I feel. They have it in most grocery stores. Walmart, Target, like everywhere they sell this. It's so good. And they also, the only place I can find like a stick version, if you need a stick version of this, is at Whole Foods. But of course they have it at Whole Foods as well. It does come in like a pretty little container. Actually, I saw a huge container at Whole Foods yesterday. So, but I typically just stick with the little ones because we don't typically use butter all that often. But if we do, I get this one. It's really good. Honestly, you cannot tell the difference between this and regular butter. This is made out of oils, as opposed to butter is made out of dairy. And if you ever see like any products like this that you're like, what are they making that out of? Typically, if it's like a butter type of product, it's made with oils. This is my favorite butter, and really you can't tell a difference. It's good. Okay, now on to cream cheese. I really like the Kite Hill cream cheese. This is the plain one. They also have a jalapeno one. I don't like jalapenos, so I haven't tried that one, but I'm pretty sure it's good. They do this with almond milk, so if you're allergic to nuts, that's the only downside. But it is the closest thing to real cream cheese that I have tasted. There's a tiny hint of almond in it at the end, but if you're having it like on a bagel or with something, you really can't tell. It just tastes like regular cream cheese. You guys, there's some nasty ones out there. Please take my advice on this. If you're gonna listen to anything, listen to the Kite Hill cream cheese, okay? The toe footy cream cheese, better than cream cheese stuff is a joke. It's so disgusting. It literally made me gag. Please don't get that one. I mean, unless you're into that, go for it. But then the Kite Hill is really good. I will say, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, the first time I got this, within 2 days of opening it, it had mold on top. I'm not sure if something was wrong with it or whatever, but it is the best tasting one, so just be careful of that. But it's still really good, so I would suggest you at least try it. It's really good. So now I'm going to talk about cheese. I actually forgot to pull this out, so I just went in the fridge and grabbed it. Okay, so cheese is a very difficult one. Some of the cheeses out there don't taste that great. The Daiya cheese is not my favorite. It looks very processed. It's not horrible, it's just not my best. I've heard people say it's like terrible. It's not terrible to me, it's not my favorite. I don't actually go and buy their cheese at the store. If I'm gonna have their cheese, a place called Blaze Pizza near me, I do believe they use Daiya at their pizza place, and I do like their pizzas, so I eat their pizzas there and I like it. I think it's pretty good. Their Daiya frozen pizzas are really good too. If I'm in the mood for pizza, which I'm not often, but if I am, you know, you take what you get. So yeah, but my favorite like American style cheese is the Go Veggie brand. These are the American cheese slices. These really taste like American cheese. Really, I don't really see a difference. I tried these for the first time this past July when I was on my 4th of July beach vacation. I made everyone in my family try it because we always make sandwiches to go down to the beach, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I literally cannot have regular cheese. Cheese is one of the ones that really messes me up. So I got these Go Veggie American cheese slices I was super scared about. Me and my fiance use them all the time now, so there's no problem with these. These are pretty good. And also their Monterey Jack and cheddar shredded style cheese is pretty good if you're doing tacos or burrito bowls, or you know, some kind of like pasta or something, anything you really want to put shredded cheese on. This is pretty good as well. This is good. The only thing I will say about this is that it is like the texture is a little different. It's a little bit more firm, I guess, but really all in all it's really good, and it's my favorite one. I will have a picture of my favorite vegan cheese ever on the screen, like probably around here. It is called Chao cheese, C-H-A-O. It is by far, hands down, the best vegan cheese on the market. When I went to Whole Foods yesterday to get it, this girl in front of me grabbed the last one and I was super annoyed. I personally like just their plain, it's like their cream style maybe cheese. It's my favorite. They also do have like a habanero, or is it habanero? Can't remember exactly what it is. It's I think it's supposed to be like imitating pepper jack, but I don't really like pepper jack, so I haven't tried that. It's also made with coconut, so I'm not, they're actually, I believe all their cheeses are made with coconut milk, but I'm afraid to have that one because it literally says like coconut milk on the front, so I haven't tried that one. Plus I don't think I'd like the flavor. And then they have like a tomato something, and that one is actually pretty good. I actually think that tomato one tastes like pepper jack. I actually would eat that one, but once again, pepper jack isn't my favorite, so I don't typically buy it, but I do love the chow cheese. I believe you can only get it at Whole Foods. That's the only place I've seen it, but it is by far the best vegan alternative for cheese out there. I'll cut it up into like little tiny squares and do like put it with crackers and whatever else. They do have vegan salami out there. You can do it like that. It's really good though, so I do highly recommend that. A picture of it should be on the screen here during this whole thing, so yeah, it's really good. My favorite cheese. Sorry I don't have it to show you guys. Now for yogurts. Once again, I may have hated on Silk's almond milks, but their yogurts are hands down my favorite yogurts. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've been drinking almond milk for years now. I can't do almond milk yogurts. I don't know what it is, something about it. The flavors are too strong. I can actually do the Silk almond milk yogurts a little bit better. Kite Hill also has almond milk yogurts. I can't stand those. I'm just being real. I don't like them. Everyone's really different. It really just depends on your palate and what you like. But one of my favorites is the Silk. This is the soy alternative. It's a yogurt alternative made with soy. It says it right here. They do have the almond ones as well, so if you prefer almond over soy, you can try those. Like I said, it's just not my favorite flavor. This one is just in the one blueberry. They also have, they've made some more flavors in the soy. They have strawberry, vanilla, pineapple, mango, and then I think one more, but they have a lot and they're really good, you guys. Honestly, no difference. They're so good, delicious. I highly recommend the Silk yogurts. I am a yogurt person, so when I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't have any yogurts. Like, I love yogurt. I'm like a big yogurt eater, so when the Silk came out with their yogurts, I was so in love. I immediately grabbed them and I've loved them ever since. They're really good, so if you're looking for a good alternative to yogurt, this one is definitely my favorite. So once again, just test the waters, try different things to see what you like. You may not like what I like. Everyone's different. Just try things until you find something that you do like, because there is so many options out there. You're almost guaranteed that you'll find something that you like. So that was my yogurt option, and now here's my mayonnaise option. Now, vegan mayonnaise is something that is so incredibly weird to me because it is so like mayonnaise. It's very strange. I have tried, once again, a lot of them. I have tried the Hellmann's vegan mayonnaise, which is my favorite. I also have y'all, this is very, it kind of separated, but it is the Follow Your Heart original Vegenaise, better than mayo. This is like, you guys can see the difference of the bottles. This is the very first one I tried because this is, at the time, the only one I'm pretty sure they had was the Vegenaise. This is like, I feel like what a lot of people use. This is good. There's nothing wrong with the taste of this. It's just a very thin texture, almost the texture of yogurt compared to the texture of mayonnaise. So that's the only reason I don't like this one. I like to use this maybe in like recipes like a ranch dip or something, because it's thinner and it mixes better as like a sauce. So if you're gonna make some kind of sauce, I like this. Putting it as like something on a sandwich or in a salad, I wouldn't 100% recommend because it is so thin, but there's nothing wrong with it. It tastes amazing. It's just the texture is a little different, and it's also $9, so you know, it's kind of pricey. I do have a lot of different options now of mayonnaise. I like the vegans, or not the vegans, you guys, I'm insane. I like the Hellmann's vegan mayo. I will open it up so you guys can kind of see the texture. The texture is like, I mean, it's just like mayo. It's just like mayo. It's so good. Me and my fiance love this. My fiance is obsessed with this, to be honest. Like, it's actually really good. It's really good. I do use it in dips. I use it in salads. I use it on sandwiches. I use it for everything. It's so good. Once again, it doesn't taste like any different to me. It's delicious. So that's a lot of like my dairy options, and I'm gonna also really quickly just say, you guys are probably like, well, where's your like ranch dressing? Where's your ranch dressing like and your salad dressing alternatives? I do have them. I don't have them with me. So once again, I'm gonna put it on the screen right here. You guys hear my dogs. My fiance just got home, so they're a little excited. But I think it's called, I don't know what the actual brand is called, but they have a lot of items called like Just Mayo or Just Ranch or Just Caesar. All of those are vegan and they're 100% my favorite. They're really good. I personally just like those the best if you're looking for like a ranch alternative or a dressing alternative. I know a lot of people like cannot live without their ranch. The Just Ranch one is really good. I haven't tried their mayo yet, so I don't know how that is, but they do have Just Mayo, but their dressings are really good. The only reason I don't have them on hand is because, to be honest, I don't keep them in my house usually, just because we don't eat a lot of like ranch or dressings, and if we do, I typically make them myself. My mom makes such a good homemade ranch, so I usually just do the homemade vegan version of her homemade ranch, so that's why I don't have them with me, but they are the best salad dressing alternatives in my opinion. So yeah. Now on to meat products. I have some here, but I don't have a lot. But I'm going to show you guys what I have, because I know a lot of people, it's hard for them to cut out meat. That's like one of the hardest things. So I'm going to show you guys my favorite alternatives. Number one being my ground beef alternative. There's a brand called like Beyond Meat, and it is by far my favorite like beef alternative. I love these bags right here. I have another one in my fridge that's not open, and this is the Beyond Beef crumbles. This is in the feisty version. They do have a regular version. The feisty version is like the taco seasoned version, and I use this for tacos and burrito bowls literally all the time. Like we have that like once a week, like it's a thing. It's really good. Honestly, really like this. Another thing I was doing when I was really dieting last year, which by the way, your girl's got to get back into it, is my sister was doing ground turkey on rice with like salsa like almost every single day for lunch, and I was doing that as well, but I didn't want to use ground turkey, so I use this, and it has 13 grams of protein per serving. You guys, that's a lot of protein. So you definitely do not need to be worrying about your protein if you eat something like this. It's really good. Once again, there are vegan people that probably will be like, yeah, but like you're not supposed to be vegan and like eating meat substitutes, like that's the whole point, is like it's whatever, you know. Everyone chooses their vegan or plant-based lifestyle differently, and I think that if you're a beginner and you're just starting out and you're just trying to turn into this lifestyle, I think it's okay to have stuff like this, because sometimes you just genuinely don't know what to do and you're like, what am I gonna do, because I want this and I don't know what to put on it. And sometimes you sit there and you're like, okay, I can put this vegetable, and this vegetable on it, but then like that's not enough, I need something else with it. I think it's okay to have this. So I really like this. This really has saved me. Matt likes it, which is good. It's like man approved. It's really good, so highly recommend this. On the same kind of track is the Beyond Meat. This is the Beyond Burger. This is a plant-based burger patty. 20 grams of plant protein per serving. That's even more than the crumbles. These are weirdly real tasting. They're really good. We have had these and they're so delicious. You can use them as burgers. You can have them and like crumble them up and make like a ground beef with them if you don't want that, because it is seasoned. Although, like I said, they do have the other one that isn't seasoned, that's just plain. But you can make this and just crumble it up as ground beef if you need it in like a recipe. If you're going to try to make like vegan chili or, you know, some kind of pasta, you can do that. But these are so good, you guys. It's only like $6 for these two. That may be a lot, I don't really know, but I don't think it's a lot. It's really good, and I highly suggest this if you're a big burger person. The next thing that I'm going to show you guys is a chicken option. Now, Beyond Meat, they're just chicken strips. I don't like them. The texture's weird. They taste weird. They taste very rubberized and fake. I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. Once again, that's what I'm telling you guys, is that so many brands, I'm like obsessed with one product and I don't like another. So really it's trial and error here. So yeah, but one thing I do love, and I guess you could probably like maybe cut these up and put them in different recipes, but typically I just like to eat them like this. My fiance is obsessed with them. It's actually what we're having for dinner tonight. Is the Gardein 7-grain crispy tenders. So these are like your chicken tender alternatives. They're really small. The crust is made of like oats and stuff like that. They're really good, you guys. It's very weird how real they taste. They are, you put them in the microwave. We do them in the oven. They're delicious. If you're looking for a chicken alternative, honestly right now this is the only one I have for you that I like. I haven't tried a lot of the other chicken alternatives, but this one is definitely like a must. You have to try this one because it's so good. When it's just a night you just want to do something quick and simple, this is definitely something that you can do, and they're really good. So highly recommend these. There you go. That was my vegan alternative video. I hope that this was helpful to those of you who are trying to go into a plant-based lifestyle or a vegan lifestyle. I hope that if you're just starting out, or maybe you're just curious about it and you want to try some of these things, you guys just want to maybe like just cut out some of the things that you're having that aren't vegan or plant-based. I hope that this video helped you guys to maybe be brave to try some of this stuff. I know that it is scary, and a lot of this stuff I figured out on my own. I haven't really seen many of these videos, to be honest, and I wish I had a video like this. Like last year this time when I was trying to go plant-based, especially with dairy products, because I know that like trying something for the first time can be very scary, especially when like you're like, what's in this, like what is it, and you know, it's just kind of, you're worried it's going to taste fake and gross, and there are products that are like that, but there are also a lot of products, like a ton of products that are really good that I highly recommend you guys try. I'm here to test out products for you guys and to try things for you so that you guys don't have to be the first ones to do it and be like terrified like I was. I know that with the cheese especially, I was incredibly scared to try vegan cheese. I was so scared. So I hope that this is helpful to those of you who want to try some of this stuff. I hope you guys like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what else you guys would like to see maybe on this topic along these lines. I definitely am thinking I want to do some what I eat in a day videos. I love doing those videos, and I love watching them, and I think that those can be very helpful so you guys can see how I use these products, so that you guys can kind of know as well what I do and what someone does and what someone eats when they're trying to be plant-based. So let me know what you guys want to see. I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.